Hello, this is a review of the Remington SPF 73 replacement parts for the foil shaver model FR730. So basically it's all the replacement parts that you need here inside this box for this shaver. So if this looks like your shaver, model FR730 stated right on the back, then this is all the replacement parts that you need for the shaver. And it's basically these three things. Number one is the foils on top and the two underlying cutters beneath that. Now, this is just the box that you get, and inside the box is a little bubble wrapped container of the three pieces. So I'll open them in a minute, but basically it's the two cutters and the foil head. No instruction manual at all. So for the instructions, basically what they say is, for instructions, please see remingtonproducts.com. By the way, I went there, I didn't find any instructions for how to replace these. Couldn't even find the manual for the foil shaver itself, so neither of them had instructions, and I dug around in my attic and I couldn't find the instruction manual for this. But rest assured, it's actually really easy to do. I'll show you myself. So open the box and out comes these three parts that we see here. So this is something you've probably seen from cleaning your shaver a few times. It's just the two replacement blades and the spare foils to replace your existing ones. So now let's take a look at how to remove your existing foils and install the new ones. To make things easy, first take a close look at what the direction that your current foils are actually in, because remember they're two slightly different styles. So take a note at how they look on the top and compare that to this guy here so that you match them up in the exact same direction, just so you don't have to pay as much attention later. So I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to note that it was that way. So start taking things apart. And I'm going to go ahead and set those down there. And all you have to do here is pull straight and out. That's as easy as it goes. 1, 2. And I have those two removed. Now you just got the posts. Let's go ahead and install the new ones here. They just easily go on, just like they easily pull off. Might be a little timid at first from pulling on it, but then once you see it, it comes off really easily. So those two are on. That was all that took there. So now let's deal with the foil on its head. And remember, I already lined the two up in the same direction. So trying to remember which way I did it, but basically you'll see these little tabs in here. As I zoom in, you can basically grab your nail from your finger in there and just tug on one of them, and the whole thing should slide right out. So let's make sure I got my things in the right direction here. Okay, and I'm going to flip it over, pull that on out, and pop the new one right on in. Oops. It should slide right on in, and mine actually clicked into place there, and voila, I've got it all back up. Pop it on, and we're good to go. I've got my replacement parts all together. Now, 3.5 weeks have passed since I installed the blades on this, and I can tell you that it's an equitable replacement. They seem like the very same blades, just slightly newer. Now, when I first got this shaver, I thought it was wonderful. It seemed to do an effortless job to just pull hair off my face and I thought it was great. And then in time, you start to have to push harder, you have to rub more, go in different directions, and so on. And I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's going to be common to probably most kind of shavers, depending on everyone's face is different. So in the end, I started to have to push way too hard, and that's a good sign that your blades are probably really dull and need to be past getting replaced. So that's where these new blades come into place. Is I think it restored some of the performance back to how it probably should be. They're probably the perfect blades, but I'm so used to now that I have to go in different directions and go in circles in the different spots, and you know what I'm saying if you have one of these. But I don't think that it restored it to my first original impression when I thought this was wonderful. Now, I don't think the blades are probably any different than the first ones that were on there. I just think that I've learned how to use it differently. So if you like this razor, need new blades for it, I think these are the perfect replacement blades. But if you are used to rubbing more and going in different directions, I don't think it's necessarily going to change that a whole lot. Just expect to not have to push quite as hard. So I'm happy with mine as a replacement for this. I still like the razor. I think it does a fine job. I just think everyone wishes shaving were faster. But good job for me. Thanks for watching the review.